Fox 5 Health News, there may be as many as 40 cases of mumps at Syracuse University. The outbreak began last month, and health officials say most of the infected students had been vaccinated against the disease. Experts say outbreaks have been occurring on college campuses across the state and nation, and those who've gotten the vaccine can still get mumps if they have prolonged close contact with someone who has the virus. Wow.
Well, and another study looks at the link between hair dye and breast cancer. Joining us now is Fox 5 medical contributor Dr. Devi Nampiaparampil. Good to see you. Wow, this says that women who frequently dye their hair increase their risk of developing breast cancer by 14%. That's big. That's a lot.
It's alarming when you think about it in terms of the numbers. But one thing to reassure people, so this is one study that came out now, right? But we have a lot of other studies that have looked at this in the past. So when they've been put together, you know, the larger societies, the American Cancer Society, other societies that deal with breast cancer, they haven't changed their recommendations. So they've looked at it overall, and it's not clear that there's a link. So a couple of the things that might factor in, you know, you're more likely to get breast cancer as you get older, right? And then with hair dye, there could be different ages in terms of people using hair dye. Sometimes it could be younger people kind of experimenting. Sometimes it can be because you're trying to get the grays out and the white hairs out, right? So there could be some type of correlation, like as you get older, you know, you're more likely to use hair dye and you're more likely to get breast cancer. So it's hard to tease that out in the study. And then there might be other different behaviors. So people who dye their hair may also use other cosmetic products or other products, right? So a lot of these studies, it's very difficult to tell for sure if the hair dye is what's responsible for the increase in breast cancer or if it's something else. Now, there are some other studies in the past that looked at this that showed that maybe African-American women who use darker hair dyes might be more likely to get breast cancer, and sometimes Caucasian women who are more likely to use relaxers could be, you know, to straighten the hair, could be more likely to get breast cancer. So there's nothing clear, so I would say for most folks, you know, you don't have to change what you're doing, but if you have a strong family history, if you're at risk yourself, then just talk to your doctor about it and kind of figure out whether you should be limiting it to a little bit less.
Gotcha. All right, we'll talk about this. The best workout, experts say it is one that uses nearly every muscle in your body, and you don't even have to put on a pair of sneakers.
Oh, wow.
We're talking about swimming, of course. Look at the pool video right there, right? Works everything.
Yeah, so swimming is great. I actually don't know how to swim. I don't know about you guys, but
I hate, like, after the age of like 8, I don't want to go in pools anymore. Then I'm like, oh.
Well, you can swim in the ocean. They were swimming in the ocean.
But even if you don't know how to swim, you can still take advantage of the water, right? So the idea there is that it's much less, hard on your joints, right? So less impact. So even if you sort of jog around or walk around in the water, you can still get the benefits even if you're not an avid swimmer. It's not going to hit the joints as hard. It's not going to be as much impact. And because the water surrounds you, you get a lot more resistance training from using the water. I mean, you can still use, so other things that came out, you know, that are pretty good for you. So let's say strength training, so resistance training. And that's going to be good for your bones and for your muscles, of course. So the idea here behind all these recommendations is that, you know, most people think they have to do a lot of intensive exercise, like they have to go from, you know, nothing to quite a bit, a lot of intensity, a lot of duration to kind of get the benefits. But that's not necessarily true. So if you can swim, if you can walk a lot, you know, if you can do some kind of resistance training, and for people who are not really into exercise, who just want to start to get into it, Tai Chi also has benefits. But even just getting maybe 20 minutes at a time of some type of exercise or changing up your lifestyle could be enough to give you the benefits in terms of heart disease, diabetes, stroke, all the major things. So it's worth stepping into it.
Bottom line, keep it moving.
Thank
you, doctor.
Don't hurt yourself in the process. All right, and it's great. We're not telling you to go running because that's actually high impact. But if you were a runner or whatnot, this is superb weather for that.